What's up, hobby maniacs? MBG here with a video showcase of one of my big boy commissions. This is the Knight Cerastus Acheron, and just to read you a little excerpt from the latest Forge Roll book. The Cerastus Knight Acheron is a fearsome sight on the battlefield, a reaper of lives carefully designed not only to destroy but also to inspire terror, both in the appearance and the manner in which it undertakes its grim task. The presence of an Acheron mark armor in the battle lines of a household warns the foe to expect no mercy, for such weapons are only deployed for missions of extermination, to topple the works of the enemy and scour clean his lands with flame. And I don't think there's any more appropriate name than Acheron for this knight, because it basically is named after one of the famous, rivers in the old times. Back in old mythology days, so definitely it produces a river of flame. It's a rather large river of flame, a Hellstorm size template, strength 7 AP3 in the game, so very exciting there. You can kind of see some of the different transitions and things I did with the actual knight here. I did a little weathering to kind of give it the spot effect with this the leaf kind of terrain on the base. I really enjoyed that. The leaves are the fall, I think it's called fall foliage, from Secret Weapon Minis. Really good stuff. Definitely check out Secret Weapon Minis. He has a ton of good stuff going on there. The thing that actually took the most time for this commission was the gold trim. Everything besides that cowling around the head there, I actually had to trace by hand with a paintbrush, because I did all the shading, and then you have to go back and hit all that up, then you have to highlight it, then you have to wash it. Here you can kind of see some of the golds I did, some of the weathering I did all over the Reaper chain fist, as well as the superheated metal detail on the actual the flame cannon as well. I got that tutorial from Next Level Painting, so make sure you head over there and check that out. For the blues, what I used was, I think it was Privateer Press, or P3. Started with Exile Blue and worked it up to Cygnus Blue, and then kind of cut it back with some blacks to kind of give it that transition and that fade. Added a little white to it to do the actual brushwork that you can kind of see on some of the raised edges in the corners. So kind of made it a little bit brighter, but not too much brighter in some of the edging. I also did the fade on the banner, just kind of flipped it over, and then did the lightning detail by hand, because this is the Legio Tempestus, which are the Stormlords. If you've read Graham McNeil's Mechanicum novel, you probably remember them in there. They were the guys that remained loyal and were on all sorts of different battles and battlefronts on there, and escorting the new keeper of the Nocturnus Labyrinth, I believe it's called, where all that crazy caverns underneath Mars and all that stuff is. Here you can kind of see all the metal fading I did when you're not looking at it from the front. I think I just used the gunmetal from Vallejo Air, and then used some chromes, I think, and some silvers, just to kind of tighten it up a little bit. Did a little dry brushing as well to get that detail to pop. As far as the grays go, the only gray I had to actually mask off was right there on those knee armor plates. You can kind of see I had to mask that off because they're actually attached to the model, so I couldn't do those separate. And what that was, I think, was Minichair. I used Badger Fur and Concrete Slab, and they're pretty good colors. I mixed in some black towards the bottom of the fade and some white towards the top of the fade, just to get a better effect, because it's actually 4 different colors in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but they're actually there. There you can see some of the freehand lightning I did on the tabard. That's a pretty attainable effect. I'm actually hoping to get a tutorial out this week on that. It was a really fun project. I had fun with that. I have a how-to article over on the blog already, so I'm looking to definitely supplement that with some visual tutorial action there. Now, if you look kind of at the top here, you can see all that trim I did. We did a video tutorial of that already, I think a few weeks ago. As far as the cowling, like I said, I had to airbrush that, so I used a little bit of bronze there towards the bottom and the crevices, and also some black to get that transition fading as well. Here you can kind of see some of the striping I did on the actual shoulder pads, as well as I think it's on the was it shin pads, as well as the upper knee armor plates as well. The head actually on this model, it's all magnetized. The feed line comes off, and you can move the arms around, as well as the Reaper chain fist. The head actually moves. The top I didn't glue down for this particular commission, but you know, you can pull it on and off. You know, if you wanted to add like a pilot. There's another commission I did, the Castigator, actually added a pilot in there. There's a better look at the leaves. I actually, looks like I used some metal blend flowers as well, because why not? It's so out of place, it's just in place. Around the bottom of those, the groin, the shin plates, you can kind of see some of the edge work I did just to make it pop a little bit more, and also around the groin plate there in the center of the hips. Also interesting enough, on the Reaper chain fist, I had to tape that off as well, because that blues there, that whole section of armor plating is actually attached, so I had to tape that off as well. So it was a little bit of pain in the butt. There's three different areas I had to tape off, but at the end of the day, you know, it really produces a coherent effect with all the blues and all of the different grays there shaded. So a lot of different effects going on. I tried to keep the oxidization mostly to the metals where it would naturally be. I didn't go too heavy on the weathering. It's not really a chaos model, so I didn't feel like it needed all this crazy weathering all over it. I'm sure, you know, if I could definitely turn on the weathering if I needed to, but you know, I just wanted to keep it a little bit cleaner with these blues. So that's pretty much it for this video tutorial here. You get to kind of see the fades on the top. It's going back to the exhaust areas, so I did a lot of different things there as well, and also the viewport kind of wet blended that with some reds. So like I said, that's about it for this video showcase. I hope you enjoyed it. A couple of these things, definitely look for video tutorials on here in the near future on the Spiky Bits channel. Make sure you stay in the trenches. If you haven't subscribed to this video, to this channel already, please do so. Check out the blog, spikybitsblog.com, and listen to our podcast, forgethenarrative.com. And if you haven't already, hop on over to Patreon to show your support. It's a great way to show support for artists and things like that, where, you know, for some of the tutorials and features we're doing on here, we definitely appreciate your support. Every little bit helps. This is I personally have a lot going on, but always about bringing a hobby back. Spiky Bits.